Hello, I am Jessica Gutierrez Orbeta and I'm going to talk about Saint Lucia. First of all, I think all of us should be able to identify the flags from the countries which speaks English as a language students. The flag background is blue, reflecting the Atlantic Ocean and Caribbean Sea, which surround the island. In the center is a distinctive emblem that includes white and black to indicate harmony between the races living on Saint Lucia. Its yellow triangle represents the sunshine and its black triangle symbolizes the topographic features known as pitons, ancient volcanic cones found in the southwest of Saint Lucia. Facts about Saint Lucia. The form of government is a constitutional monarchy with a parliament consisting of two legislative chambers. The head of the state is the British monarch, the Queen Elizabeth II, represented by the Governor-General Sir Neville Cenac. The head of government is the Prime Minister Alan Chastanet. In the education, the primary education is a free and compulsory, and there is a branch of the University of the West Indies at Castries. There is also a technical college and teacher training college. Many of the primary schools are parochial, principally the Roman Catholics. And the Eastern Caribbean dollar is the monetary unit. $1 is equivalent to 8 pesos. Location: Saint Lucia island state in the Caribbean Sea. It is the second largest of the Windward group in the Lesser Antilles, and is located about 24 miles, 39 kilometers south of Martinique and 21 miles, 24 kilometers northeast of Saint Vincent. Saint Lucia is 27 miles, 43 long kilometers, has a maximum width of 14 miles. The capital and major port is Castries. Saint Lucia is a member of the Commonwealth. The population. Saint Lucia is around 180,700 citizens. As we can see on the pie chart, most people are descended from Native American Indians, mainly from Portugal, native Caribs, and European settlers, mainly from France. During the 19th century, waves of travelers from Europe, the Middle East, and even Japan settled in the Caribbean. No Caribs remain on the island. The vast majority of inhabitants of the island are black, and there is a small minority of mulattoes and other mixtures. The remainder are whites or East Indian extraction. The arrival of the English language. The French were the first Europeans to settle on the island. In 1660, they signed a peace treaty with the native island Caribs, agreeing to live in harmony. But just a few years on, from 1663 to 1667, England took control of the island. In the following years, Saint Lucia was much fought over by the French and the English. Each ruled the island 7 times. In fact, Saint Lucia switched so often between English and French control that it became known as the Ellen of the West Indies, after the Greek mythological character Ellen of Troy. In 1814, the British took definitive control of the island. The role of the English and the French. The natives of Saint Lucia have English as their official language, but quite a large amount of Saint Lucian population speak a French dialect called Creole, popularly known as Patois. This Creole is not Patois or broken French as other types of Creole. It is instead a complete language by itself with different rules for syntax and grammar. But even so, the inhabitants are not considered bilingual. The French Creole that is spoken by islanders is a mix of French and African grammar, mostly English vocabulary, with a mix of French and a little bit of Spanish words as well. They have a written form of the language which is used for teaching scenarios, and they have even a textbooks for test lessons to include Menwa Miwa Kon Sabawa. I'm going to explain it too. Patois is often used in informal settings for conversations at home or in the streets. However, in some instances, Patois may be used for educational purpose or during special local festivals. The impact of the English language. Visitors to Saint Lucia should have no worries as far as communication is concerned. Everyone speaks and understands English, even though the pronunciation and accents may be different from the usual British and American English. The language is still the same. Interestingly, some locals use English words when conversing in the indigenous Creole dialects, making it very easy for vacationers to get along and understand some sentences. Though English is St. Lucia's official language, it is estimated that approximately 20% of the island population still does not speak English. As such, there have been attempts to use language outreach programs to target these members of society that do not speak English, so that they can integrate well with the rest of their islander. The cultural aspects. San Lucia was previously called Ayonola by the Native American Indians, and later Ewanora, a name given to the island by the native Caribs. This means Island of the Iguanas. Every October, the island celebrates Creole Heritage Month, a mix of colorful street parties, art exhibitions, music, theater, talks, and delicious food. The celebration marks the end of the San Lucia Summer Festival, and it's a time for San Lucians to celebrate their heritage. But why is it called San Lucia? A group of French seamen who were shipwrecked on the island on 13th of December named the island after the Virgin Martin of Syracuse, Sainte Lucie. This name continued to be used by the French chronicles during the 17th and 18th centuries. Although a slight variation, Sainte Lucie is found in French nautical records of 1624 and 1628. Finally, the Vatican Globe of 1502 has the name of Santa Lucia for the island. Tourist information. San Lucia is well known for its vast variety of bird life and marine life, such as dolphins, whales, and sea turtles. But it also has some surprising native wildlife species, such as the agouti, a member of the rodent family, as well as mongooses, opossums, bats, and feral pigs. San Lucia is famed for the scuba diving hotspots, and its waters are home to the three species of sea turtles, leatherback turtles, hobscale turtles, and green turtles. San Lucia has one of the most famous hotels in the world. It is called the Royalton, with many awards as we can see in the picture below. Definitely, San Lucia is a place to visit soon. Thank you so much.